Oh man, I have no. I have. Well, welcome to the show that makes you want to pee if you're watching this late at night. At least this time. Hello, welcome to the show. I am Jay Ellensworth. We are doing Side Quest 7. This is our seventh side quest that we've done. Uh, can't wait to get more under that. Get our experience going. Right now, slow start, you know. Uh, Funny thing, I got the vertical thing going. I got vertical. So, on. So now I have vertical on YouTube. I'm streaming on Kick, and I have regular sideways view and apparently I have another one going at the same time on YouTube as well. So I'll figure that one out in a bit. But welcome to Side Quest 7. Today's docket, NPC news, and then I'm finally getting to it. We're continuing the Legend of Batman, Year Zero, and then we'll be going through that. And because I haven't gone through it the last week, this last comic, this one book has a lot of information in it. So I have a lot of notes. Okay, I have notes from weeks ago. I have to skip around, but yeah, I have let's see. That is, boy, that's another 2 pages. Continued, a lot of pages. But before we get to Batman news, what? I just realized my volume's lower on the other one. This one's the same. Okay, sorry. Hopefully you guys can hear the dripping. That's as close as we're gonna get to nice nice sounds today, because I don't want to get an earworm. That also being said, I also don't want to, I do want to get the feel of, a Batcave. I mean, that's what this episode's about. We're doing Batman as the main thing. And if we get to anything else, we'll do that. Just let me know. Please leave a like down below. Give me a comment. It's always fun to help. Or, yeah. Give me some input. Increase my experience. But, I mean, know the level difficulty of it. But if you're new to side quests, we currently, final thing usually is Batman, and then first things first, NPC news. What is NPC news? It's the news that you just hear. You don't have any say in it. It just happens. It's what you are going to hear, and it's entertainment NPC news. So don't expect political topics to show up unless somehow it relates to entertainment value. Okay. So starting off NPC news, we have with celebrity NPC news. We have Britney Spears after her DUI that we mentioned last week. Now goes back to rehab. So I think she has a full head of hair. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're too young for me. But yeah, she's going back to rehab. Good on her. Glad she's making herself better. Next, we have Tom Holland. Spider-Boy. Tom Holland had an emotional speech at CinemaCon, confirming that he will be Spider-Man or at least put a lot of commitment into the next trilogy. So, and I guess he is being a trilogy of Spider-Man. So I guess this next one is what? The third or fourth one? I can't remember. Oh wait, no, it is the fourth one. Okay. It's a new day. We're going on 4. But then let's see. So yeah, he's gonna be doing it for a bit. Then we have the singer Pink, the So What singer, named host of the 2026 Tony Awards. So, congratulations, you're a host. I believe the Tonys are for music, but that's not a thing I would pay attention to, nor do I care that much to pay it or look up into. So, it's a Tony Award. It's a Tony. If you care this much, I don't think you're going to be getting that award yourself. Or you should be getting that award yourself. Or at least doing something in the award yourself to understand it. I am doing none of that. So I do not have any interest. Like I said, I want to do entertainment news, but entertainment news that has, I don't know, value to me. That's why we're doing this on Jay Ellensworth channel. I just found out. Okay, so I did just find this out, and all of my news is for the last week, usually, unless I find out something during this week or someone were to bring it to my attention. But we have. I just found out that they are making a social media or a social network too. And it has been called as Oscar Bait. So if you don't know what Oscar Bait is, I believe that's just considered trash if we're going off of Sesame Street logic, and I believe that's what we are. Oscar Bait, I could believe it. It sounds like one of those things that you have to have some drama in it to actually stir up something in it. I don't know what was it. I didn't watch the first one. Is this supposed to be a 2-part movie? I know that they said the guy who plays as Zuckerberg is way. I guess he doesn't look like a lizard, essentially. So there is that. That's what I saw. He doesn't look like a lizard. He doesn't look anything like him, in my opinion. I think he's like, it's one of those things of, yeah, hire that guy. He definitely looks like me, and he's definitely hotter. But he can't tell. He thinks he looks that good. That's how probably most people's self-esteem goes. Privately. They're like, I look good. But in public, you're like, nah, I look good to me. You look good to you. We all look good to each other. That's how it looks. But then when you go in public, like, I might not look good to you. That's how it goes. That's how the world works. Movies. Spider-Man, brand new day. Release date confirmed as July 31st. So, if you want tickets, now is not the time. You just got the date. I'm still waiting on Mandalorian and Grogu tickets, so wait your turn. And why am I waiting for that? And you might be wondering, but Disney has ruined Star Wars. You might be wondering that. I'm doing it with my daughter. I'm bonding. I enjoy this. I'm really hoping that we start to get a new leaf. I will be getting into mall Shadow Lord eventually. Just not now. And I've been told it's better than the last. If I wanted the hallway scene from the end of Clone Wars with Maul being pretty badass, then I should be satisfied with this. Will I be satisfied, or will my daughter be satisfied? I don't know. She might be more scared of Maul, which might be a good thing. I want her to be scared of Maul because I thought Maul was cool as a kid. But I think Maul needs to be scary. But granted, Maul has an apprentice. I believe it's Talon. You see it in the trailers. So I'm conflicted. But my daughter is old enough, I think, and she has been watching stuff. But we're currently in the Mandalorian Grogu or Mandalorian. Granted, it's a prequel, but we gotta catch up before the movie. It's a whole back and forth, guys, of trying to get this stuff on a time frame schedule, and I'm doing this shit. Sorry for the language. Ice Age 6. Sorry, that was a sidetrack. Star Wars sidetrack. I'll get myself on that one later. Ice Age 6, December 18th confirmed. So I believe there was another movie set to come out during that time. I think there was originally. I think I had it down here, but I think I got rid of it. Yep, I got rid of it. It was another Star Wars news. I didn't think it was worthy enough to put as Star Wars news, so I'll just put it down here. I believe the confirmed or the 2026 December Star Wars movie release is not happening. It's got pushed back to 2027. I believe that was news for a while, but I mean, at this point, you can kind of guess because they haven't even announced what it was. So that's that news. It's non playable character news. I had no choice in that news. It just happened. Jumanji Open World. The Rock and Jack Black will be returning. I've never watched any of them. Uh, I remember being in my early 20s having the biggest crush on Karen Gillian. This is pre Nebula too, so this is Doctor Who. Her, like, oh man, uh, didn't sound like she was returning, but that's okay. Hope she's doing well and all that stuff. It's yeah, but it's supposed to the Jumanji movie. Open World is supposed to be, and again, I haven't watched these movies, so I know I've watched the Robin Williams one. I know about the book Zathura. I haven't watched Zathura, and from what it sounds, I would love Zathura if I. Well, I don't think I will love it. No, I'll just stop it at that. We'll just say I don't love Zathura. Let's just leave it at that. Um, but I do know the first movie. I know the game premise. There is board games in the story. You take a look at it, you can be like, oh, okay, it's just like a board game. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, but when it comes down to the video game aspect, I am lost. But as I put in my note, it's supposed to be a glitch in the game mechanics, bringing game to the real world, which so we were bringing the real world to the game before. Now it's the game to the real world. Okay, so that's what I got for that. I mean, like, it's a movie. I mean, I don't know how much people love these movies. If you love these movies, let me know. If you care to know a review about it, let me know. But also, if you like the movie, leave a like. If you dislike the movie, leave a dislike. It makes sense. I mean, honestly, I'm hoping there's enough fans to outweigh the dislikes. Because honestly, I can't like my own stream now because I have no idea. Damn it. Uh, First trailer for 28 Years Later was teased at, I believe, CinemaCon is what I read. It was confirming a June 2026 release and Danny Boyle's return. I believe this is a sequel to the last one that just came out like a year or two ago, which didn't get a lot of money, but it got received well from what I understand. So I like the fact that they're just going finish it up, make the movie, do it like it's not. It sounds like the movie was doing what it intended to do for the brand that it was, but I don't know. At least it's not a direct to video. And I mean direct to streaming. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. We gotta go in with that now. It's not direct to video anymore. It's direct to streaming because you can't get video. Granted, you can technically get the stuff via, you know, videotape, DVD. But okay, now I'm just click farming. But yeah, no. Glad to see that series is still doing okay. I know my buddy likes or liked the movies back when it was, you know, back when it first came out, and so glad that that's doing well. It is like one of those kind of, yeah, I think it could be a cult classic. Granted, there's a lot of everything with the amount of choice out there. I think I went on this rant last week with all the choice that we have out here. basically anything can be a cult classic because anything can be culty, essentially, because of how much fans it gets. But I mean, it's good. Like, I mean, take for example Firefly. I mean, that thing got a cult. I mean, Evil Dead's a cult classic. That's way back when. Compare it to like nowadays shows, like you have Sector, like you have shows that are appearing on HBO. You're like, for example, aha. Moving into the next thing. Nice sidebar. Very hard sidebar. Euphoria season 3. HBO Max. Ah, yeah, it's direct to streaming. April 13th. That could technically also be its own little thing. I don't know anything about Euphoria season 3 or Euphoria or anything about Euphoria. Well, I do know something about Euphoria in my own sense, but not in this show sense. I'm dead inside. But yeah, I've heard it's going to be, or it has been great. So it's, and by that I mean it's been breaking HBO Max viewership records, and I guess it has a 5-year time jump. So I guess things ended the way it did in the last one, and now you kind of can maybe reassess where these characters are with a little bit of backstory. I don't know. I did not check to see whether or not it would be a good jump on point. So, but hey, if you think it's worth it, let me know. Then we have Beef season 2, now on Netflix. Critics call it a worthy high tension successor to the OG original. What that means, you got some people who watched this, said their viewpoint, and that it's a high worthy successor. So, don't know anything about it. Beef, I don't know if it's a worthy successor to the previous season, to a previous incarnation of the show. I don't know. That's it, and it's just what it is. Yeah. Then we have music news. And the biggest thing of so far I've heard in this last week was about Coachella. And I actually have nothing else besides Coachella and music news. Now, granted, we normally don't have a lot of news anyway. Technically, could consider Pink becoming a host as music news, but I could do anything on the show, and I choose to be an idiot. That's just me. All right, but Coachella 2026. I hear poor influencers are having a bad time. Yeah, I've heard there's scams going on. I've seen a couple of videos of people being dusted out of areas. So, not very good time. Ticket prices have been skyrocketing. Why? Because of rumors of a Daft Punk hologram appearance. And this is on the secondary market. So, whether that happened or not, I don't know. I wouldn't trust it. And I wouldn't trust the secondary market on anything. Like, if you're out, you're out. That's how you gotta play. Because if you're out, you're out. I mean, come on. Unless you have the money to flaunt, which you probably don't. Because from what I understand, you pay $10,000 to get gypped out of a hotel. I think I've saw some videos. Yeah, no, sure. I got another 10 grand or 15 grand. No, I got another penny at that point. So I'd be like, oh, man, you got a nickel? I could definitely use a drop of water at that point. But yeah, and even so, why would it skyrocket for a hologram? At that point, you're just better off doing a video chat and be like, all right, guys, you can control it all the way over there. The music, we got it. Might be a slight delay. Just know that. But we'll time it up with the stream. We'll have it be good and all that, guys. But instead of holograms, we're going to just have it be you guys. I've been saving a lot of money, first of all. But a hologram, that sounds like more of a permanent fixture kind of thing, like at a Disney resort or Disney show. It just sounds weird. Another Coachella news that got big headlines, at least enough to me. The NPC and Sabrina Carpenter got Indian yelled and got called racist or canceled. No, she didn't get called racist. I got called racist for calling it an Indian yell because it was an Afghan celebratory yell or something like that, and it was in the middle of someone of her show. And I mean, it was literally, it's not, I don't know how to do it. I'm assuming it's with the tongue, but it's like, that's what it sounded like to me. And to be honest, I don't know who the person was. I don't know what their faith is. Sounded like an Indian yell. That's probably what she thought. Maybe it's just old school. It just sounded like it sounded like what I would expect from a 1940s depiction of a Native American. So that's about it. If you want me to go more on that, that's what I think. Yeah, you did your show, like it's like yelling. It's doing like a cat call during like a show or something like that during a quiet point. Yeah, people do that. Except it's not common. At least I don't think it's common. It never seemed to me like it was common to do a yell like that. So congratulations, you made yourself famous on that front of doing a yell that no one really thought was appropriate, except for you, the person yelling. We got tech news. Last week, about 150 journalists and staff did a one-day strike over AI protections. Why? AI protections. I think it's either one of two things: either to keep their jobs, or either to make AI better. Did I look more into it? No. It was one of those stories that got pushed under the rug, and I thought I'd just put it in there because I wanted to fill out, more space and time and all the fun stuff. Besides, we have to get the Batman. I mean, there's a reason below me, if you're watching on the phone, that I have my side quest title with Batman and the Red Hood on there. And I mean Red Hood #1, if you've been paying attention to or if you've been following along with that. I know it's been some weeks, but we're doing that. Oh, finally, and always on NPC news, we end with Star Wars news. Galaxy's Edge is breaking the timeline, and it has been confirmed Luke and Vader will be entering the area starting April 29th. Whether or not they go to or are limited to a certain section of the park, I don't know. Will I find out? Probably not. Why? Because I would need a lot more money. And right now, the biggest thing my money spending needs is a garbage disposal for underneath my sink. Yes, I have another issue going on in my life. So, if you recall, there being a car roof issue a couple weeks ago, there being another issue being now water leaking. Oh yeah, and then there was also a big storm that happened not too long ago near me, and it has not been fun dealing with, the nightlife, if you were to say, of trying to keep everyone asleep. Because that's what everybody needs, at least in this house. And by that, the girls are sleeping. Except for the boy. And I'm not home. So that's the issue. Bad news. And you can consider this bad news, or you can consider it good news. I'm going to consider it news because I don't feel good nor bad about it because I know I am still getting the movie next year. Bad news. Probably won't get a Star Wars movie till A New Hope 50th anniversary. My belief is that it will be the re-release for that, and that is what I think will be the happening. I will be going to that. Obviously, go to every single one of those. Been doing that since episodes 1's anniversary, or maybe it was a 3D release. It was like around 2012-ish. So, 10-year anniversary? Could be. Or maybe it was the Blu-ray enhanced version where you get taken out the puppet Yoda from episode 1 and replace him with the normal one. All that kind of stuff. However, yeah. I've been doing all of that, and that is. Sorry, I have to go back pages. I have notes that go way back. What is this? UK Mario, go beach the song. Okay, so sorry, give me a sec. I have to go searching through my notes. Mario Bros. Review. Okay, Side Quest 6. Part 1. Batman Year Zero Part 1. Okay. Sorry. Okay, so this is technically week number 3, but we missed 2 weeks, okay? We missed 2 weeks of Batman Year Zero. Hopefully you are okay with that. But I will not leave you hanging on a cliffhanger of where were we last. Because in case you are just starting off or remembering or don't want to go back to these because I haven't put these in video format. I gotta find my place. So going off of my note. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, I'm going way back. Holy crap, I forgot how long this was. Alright. So, if you were here the last time, we ended on Bruce has been ousted. He's back from the dead. He is out. He got beat up. Or was it? He got blown up. He got blown up by the Red Hood gang. They came to his house apartment complex and blew it up with him inside. He escaped. He went to his home and then on the mantle or on his dad's bust, he used the little map thing that he has. So sorry. Let me get my story straight. Start from the game. All right. I'm gonna adjust this. Nope. There we go. So, just so I'm in view of the vehicle. So, we have the map reader for mapping out caves that Bruce's dad gave him as a child. Give me 1 second. So we have that. And so he takes it and walks into the study after being stitched up by Alfred and puts it on the table. It activates and it turns this room into a cave. A bat flies in, lands on his dad's bust's head. Essentially, he says, "I will become a bat." The ball breaks, and then the cowl is donned now. Okay, so now I have my notes. The cowl is donned. They are in the cave while Bruce gets his head shaved or buzz cut, essentially, by Alfred. Behind him is a giant furnace. Uh, a giant forge in a cave, seeing its madness, or saying it's madness what they're building in this cave. Da, 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 da. Then during this time, or after this time, we find the Red Hood gang is stealing chemicals and stealing a pressurized gas of some sort. As the Red Hood gang talk, Red Hood gang number 67 disappears. As soon as as soon as the Red Hood gang member realizes it's too late, with a thunk, he looks up and he finds to be this. You can see it there. Sort of. There you go. A billboard covered with men and Red Hood gang members on it. And he tells to this last guy and says, my bat needs come closer. My bat, it still needs a head. So he's just adding, he's basically using that as his intro to where you get the classic Batman intro of him taking the guy. There's the billboard. And then you see the guys pointing it out. They're like, oh, I see it. He did the thing. He did the thing. Woo. Yep. All right, so that's that. That was okay. I'll be honest. I did slug a bit because of that Mario movie review. I did slug a bit on that. Oh, 6. Okay. So that was that because of the Super Mario Bros. Review. So that was my first part of that. So you get to get my notes on that. So Batman begins. Okay. So this continues with, "What do you want, Batman?" written on a newspaper. During this time, Red Hood 1 talks, or they're on a boat. The Red Hood gang are on a boat. They're with what appears to be more Red Hood gang members tied by their necks with an anchor on the back of a boat in the harbor. And during this, Red Hood gang member, or gang leader, I'm assuming, because he's got the big tall helmet, because, I mean, if you don't think he's got the big tall helmet and he's not the leader compared to the other guys that would have like a mask, like hood, like sock kind of looking thing. Yeah. Okay. So, he talks about the city and building a park on the water. He talks about the city building a park on the water using this better concrete. He kills one of the men that he's got tied on the rope and the anchor. He shoves it down his throat. Kills the man with it, trying to figure out the Batman, his mission. He wants to know, who's this Batman? What's his mission? So, excuse me. Batman works out Red Hood gang, big crews, what the big crews hit. Sorry, I haven't turned the page. So, sorry, I need like a bigger table, or at least some, because I'm definitely looking down. I'm definitely looking down. Don't worry, you don't really need to be looking at my face for this or anything, to be honest. You can just listen to it. Please leave a like down below if you do enjoy what's going on in this latest episode of SideQuest. We are currently on Batman Year Zero 4. Okay? Or at least our episode 4, not issue 4. Granted, it's the 4th issue. I might have gotten a spoiler. uh, so he kills his man with it, and as he's doing that, he's trying to figure out his mission. The Red Hood Batman figures out, works out the Red Hood gang crews have hit these chemical plants, all except one. Or he will find out. I'm getting ahead of myself. So Bruce believes plans are sped up for Red Hood gang. So Bruce goes to his Uncle Philip, and as if you recall, his Uncle Philip runs the Ace Chemical Company, or it's a subsidiary of the Wayne. Like, he's his uncle. He's technically part Wayne family. He wants to get better answers from his uncle. And while Philip apologizes about the Red Hood gang and what they did about blowing him up, they took control. He's told Bruce that they took control. He didn't want their help. He basically explained what went wrong. He didn't really take accountability for it. He's just like, I didn't want that much to happen. I just wanted you to be like roughed up a bit, essentially. But Bruce, being Bruce, is fair and gives him a hug. I don't blame you. Either that, or he just doesn't know that it was properly explained. This is what I and you, as the reader, know. But he kind of does blow him off. And then Red Hood, the Red Hood gang, he doesn't have information on Uncle Philip. And Uncle Philip, he lets Bruce know that that the Red Hood gang controls the records. And they branded Philip. He is Red Hood gang member number 347. So he is a man who is under the control of the Red Hood gang. He is now one of them. They have something on him to make him be part of this gang. And they are, as I believe, either in the office or his home. It's very City Manor-esque, either penthouse or something like that. Either way, they look at a rock that they have in this room and talk about the rock being being made of special Gotham bedrock. It's mica schist. After being given the keys. It's the mecha schist. What was it? They're being given the keys to the Wayne system. Okay, so Bruce was given the keys to the Wayne system because I guess Uncle Philip was running that in the meantime. So now Bruce is more running of it, and he's talking about this bedrock. I have a sneaky suspicion, because this comic is a little bit older than the original 1930 original ones, where how that went. I think this is to set up the metal that bedrock is supposed to set up a metal, the Dark Knight's metal kind of a storyline, but never say never. I could be wrong. If you don't know what that is, that's a good story. If you want me to go through it, I don't have it. I got other stories I can go through that are fun. I think I'm going to be doing Tower of Babel next. See how that goes. If you so incline, please let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, let me know about other ones. Court of Owls I have. Batman and Son. I do have The Killing Joke. That could be a good one. All that kind of stuff. Dark Knight Returns, all that stuff. I'm getting ahead of myself. We need to finish this one. So we have a young Batcave with a rope ladder to get down. Uh, so we see Bruce currently like sitting on like some rock formations. He got some computers set up, like laptop computers set up, and then you got Alfred going down with just a rope ladder. And they joke about like, oh, like as long as you don't install a fire pole. That's a dig, not a dig, but it's a callback to the Adam West fire pole. Grant, I think there are other ones, Batman or Batmen who use fire poles, whether it be the comics or show or TV. Kind of, I'm trying to think if there was one that would make it look ridiculous, but not too ridiculous, or one who hasn't done it but would probably look ridiculous. Probably Christian Bale, of all of them. But the cave hole in the study plans. They talk about the cave hole in the study, or is what they're going to be. Is where they're going to be, doing all this extra stuff. So, Red Hood Gang only has one Wayne Chemical Company left to hit, and it's they speculated as probably the gang location, because why would they not hit this place of all these chemical places, essentially? So Batman does detective skills, and he figured that out. Bruce says it's not a fight for Batman, but for someone else. So when this happens, now we have we're on page number 3. So now, instead of Batman doing this, and we don't even we have one thing from Batman that so far, granted he could have been doing more trying to take it down, but being a pain in the thorn in the side of the Red Hood Gang. However, this is not the job for Batman. This is a job for Bruce Wayne. As Commissioner Loeb is trying to figure out who or what is Batman, he gets news that Bruce Wayne is having a conference to give info on the Red Hood Gang, where in front of the Ace Chemical Company. Who's Loeb send? He sends Gordon, who is working on the Red Hood Gang. He gets sent down. Oops, I already said that. Okay, so Bruce is now on TV and in the media's eyes, not dead. So he's very much alive. He's now making like a big statement on this. Like, I guess he is now becoming more to what we know as the billionaire playboy philanthropist, as the act of who he really is, or at least this is going to help his cause. At this point, this is a very blurred line right here in his early career, where Batman and Bruce are one and the same, whereas later down the road, Batman and Bruce Wayne are different by a lot of things, as he likes to say in those times. Bruce criticizes Gotham and asks, "Why do you love it?" He says the city is transformative. People come to their city with dreams to better themselves. So he disses on it like, okay, so you live here. Well, I mean, you're not getting up and leaving like immediately. You're not like being like a refugee, because your area is war torn. Granted, it's bad. Why are you still there? Is the whole point of it. Excuse me. You need to know why. You need to know why things, or why you are there. Why are you still living there? Is there something about it, something even so small, nice about it? So, excuse me. Sorry, lost my place. So he tells the people there is not to be afraid of the nothing. Like he goes back to the callback of when Bruce was talking to the Red Hood gang leader, or Red Hood number one. He's like, do not be afraid of the nothing. They're terrible, and then their terrible plan begins at the Ace Chemical. He said, and then after that, he's like, so we want, like, basically, we want to start somewhere, make it better, start there. But he also says he believes that Ace is where the Red Hood gang is making chemicals for dirty bombs. And after saying this, the Red Hood gang emerges and shoots rockets at the scene in front. During this commotion, Bruce disappears while the cops and Goran try to get into the Ace chemical company. Sorry, I was reading most of my notes there instead of hearing that. So, the explosion happens. He talks to Alfred via earpiece and he's like, "It's time." And so, excuse me. Bruce gets in there, and then he goes to check it out, and he gets captured. He's checking out. He sees that they're loading trucks with all this chemical, all these chemicals containers and whatnot, and he gets caught directly by Red Hood Gang number one, and then they shut out the cops. So this is what the Red Hood gang member number one, or the leader, said to Bruce after capturing him. He said, "But realizing that we were enacting the plan tomorrow on the anniversary of your parents' death and crashing in got his respect, because he knew there was some plan here in that he would do it on the anniversary of Bruce's death, or Bruce's parents' death. Why it was spoken, he was still alive, all that. He was able to say, "Hey, I'm still around." So he got the respect of the main man, or main leader. But he does say that he can't really do anything with the gang members and the cops. He'll get away. Why? Because half the cops are in the gang. All right. Cocktail. Why do I have the word? I have the word written cocktail for some reason. Oh, so that's why I had the cocktail. The chemical cocktail. I didn't write down chemical, or I did write chemical. I just can't read my writing. The chemical cocktail is getting loaded onto the trucks, and Bruce is like, "You're screwed." No, the trucks leave through the back tunnels. Once the police rush through, they're gonna blow it up, blow up the facility, and they're gone. So that's the plan. Bruce says his parents' death might have been meaningless, but their lives were not. So that was basically the clapback of Bruce getting his, be like, yes, you're my parent, like his Red Hood gang member, or Red Hood leader. I should say that Red Hood leader. He was bragging to Bruce after blowing him up, and all that, saying that, oh yeah, no, they died meaningless deaths because they just got shut down. That's the nothing and whatnot. But then, he says to him that that Red Hood gang or Red Hood leader is just be an evil man pretending to have a cause, essentially. Oh, I did write that down. I just missed my place. So just before the leader is about to take the kill shot, the power cuts and everything. A chopper flies up to find the power out, or like tries to find out what happened because everybody's dark. The media is dark. Goran's dark. The Red Hood gang members are dark. So the chopper flies up to find the media the blackout make a bat symbol. So if you can see that, I did put it up for you. If you're listening, you know what you can imagine what that is. It's just imagine the city skyline, but darken out everything that would make it look like a bat, a bat symbol. So, Red Hood number 54 brings out the night vision goggles, and he sees Batman take out a guy. And getting Wayne and saving him. You see, you see that Bruce Wayne gets away. It's like I can't really describe it any better than that. But yes, if you see on, where is he? Come on. You can kind of see there. Oh, give me the right here where my middle finger is just it's Bruce Wayne and Batman in the same picture. Okay? He's like, "Oh, he's there? Oh, no." And you can't it's essentially the failsafe of Bruce can't be Batman. He got rescued by Batman. Right there. How? I can't tell you how right just yet because I didn't know at the time either. So you get to go in the dark like I do. So, now, after doing that, the Batman, I'm going to call him Batman now, turns the lights back on while everybody's got their goggles on. And so, blinding everyone, Red Hood 1 takes off the helmet and hides behind a pillar. Then he sees Batman take out the Red Hood goons in a big fashion. He does see Batman and he's like, "Hello there." He's mesmerized by him. The Red Hood leader puts his helmet back on. And then these guys are taking guns, just doing nothing. Batman's just sweeping over the railing on this chemical company railing, and he's doing like pommel horse twists to boot another Red Hood gang member in there. But then more Red Hood gang members come. And Batman just like they're coming up the staircase, the industrial staircase, all in a row. And while the Red Hood gang leader starts to run away or get away in his own fashion, Batman eventually clips on to the leader or the head of this hill of Red Hood gang members on this staircase, takes him, knocks him down onto all the other guys, flying down over them, like hitting the guys in the head on the way down, essentially, with the feet and whatnot from the guy. Then, after making it to the bottom of the stairs, the grappling hook connected to the Red Hood gang members' pants, essentially, I think. So, and it's connected there. He hits the switch, and it starts to retract. So then now the guys on the stairs get up and like, get him. Well, now the guy who came flying down the stairs is now going up the stairs, and Batman again is kicking their butts going up the stairs. And then, as he's doing all this, we get a sniper shot look of Batman about to get shot in the head. But as soon as he's about to get shot in the head, bing! And this is by the Red Hood leader. He gets shot himself, and he's shot by one of his own members. Red Hood's 347. I'm going to assume that was a stray shot and forgive you. I'm still going to kill you, of course, but you're forgiven. And Batman realizes 347 who that is. So as he's done doing that, the cops finally are able to break in. The cops finally come in. But however, one of the chemicals now leaking falls onto a button because of the stray shot. Because now it hit one of the dangerous chemicals that the Red Hood leader was standing next to. And then immediately an explosion. An immediate explosion as the cops go flying, Red Hood leader goes flying, and Bruce or Batman makes it to Red Hood 347. And Red Hood leader is telling everyone, get to the trucks, get out now, go through the tunnels, just go. He takes off Philip's mask, his Red Hood mask. And then he's just so sad. He's sad, like, oh, I'm losing another family member. But then he gets told, freeze by Gordon. You will not leap, fly, or hang upside down. You will surrender quietly, or I will shoot you. Do you understand? And they finally realize it's the Bat. And so he says, Batman ends up putting his hand to his side. He says, you need to step back now. And he's like, and Gordon's just like, ha, is that so? Because he starts to ramble. Batman takes out a gun, it seems like, a stun gun, and pelts Gordon right in the chest. And it's definitely a stun thing, because it's like a thing like this. It's not a pellet. It's not like, I don't know, a riot bullet? I don't know how those look. But it looks, it's just a... It's just one of those things that you can take a look at. It's flat, or not so flat. It's like a beanbag. So maybe that's what it was. Beanbag. Anyhow, so he's getting away, Lieutenant. Blah blah blah. That's it. So Batman after that gets away because Gordon now says, hell with him, Ramirez. We have bigger fish to fry. You get everyone out of here. Can you get everyone you can out of here? Sorry. And then as Batman goes to the door, you get a submachine gun being shot at the door. And the whole place is about to blow. The Red Hood leader is on a helicopter in the air on a rope ladder, and he's saying, "So long, bats. Looks like looks like we both lost this one, but better next time, eh?" I haven't been paying attention to my notes. Oh man, I've passed by my notes. Wow, I still have another couple pages left. Blunt object, Gordon, with one causing both men. Okay, So, as the building explodes, Batman uses his grappling gun to shoot at the Red Hood and gets his leg. As he's about to fall, he says, "No," or Red Hood leader says, "No, you idiot." I'm just going to reference Red Hood as Red Hood at this point, not leader, because I don't think we're going to get any more Red Hoods at this point. So, Red Hood leader, Red Hood says, "You idiot." No, you idiot. Well, they both fall into the chemical crosswalk above vats of chemicals. And that was what I couldn't do the previous week. And what are we at now? This has been taking a bit, so give me a break. Give me a thing on this. This is a big comic one. So Red Hood starts to talk after a small tussle. Batman doesn't want to talk to him because he's like, I gotta get out of here. Like, this place is going to blow. The Red Hood just wants to talk. Batman just says, "Shut up," and headbutts his ass. Red Hood says, "It's you under there, isn't it? My little vigilante. It seems you've evolved. Because if you recall at the very beginning of this, when Bruce first came to the whole thing, is that Bruce was being a vigilante, but he wasn't getting caught. He wasn't being that. He was using disguises and all that. He was like being an undercover different guy. It's always someone else. He was always wearing a mask of someone else. So like his if you recall any of Bruce's, he's good with his disguises, like his detective disguise, where he plays as he is like an act. He's like, he'll show up to a crime scene, act like the main detective, but then the main detective comes right after. He's that kind of guy. So one of the vats after this point explodes and the lid goes flying off, breaking the catwalk. It blows right through it, and it's Batman tries to save Red Hood by reaching out his hand, but Red Hood just says no, or says this is just the beginning, and lets go of the railing, or slips, either way, falls into the vat of chemicals below. So this is just one of those things where you just kind of have to see to believe. Oh, Eric, that's the best I can do for you. And where did I think that was the end? Yes, I did think that was the end. Did you think that was the end? Yes, I bet you thought that was the end. Was that the end? No, it's not the end. Doesn't matter what you think. Hold on. I had the perfect one for that. Shut up, bitch. Alright. Got rid of the cave sounds, but that's fine. That is why I liked having that sound bite there, because that's the perfect time for it. That's what I was going with for my tone. Anywho, continuing on after the explosion, or after, I'm assuming, some time, he falls in the vat of chemicals. Is this my last page? No. Yes, it is my last page. Okay. So Alfred heads into the cave now through the clock. Now through the clock, he sets the time to. It's currently at set to 3:07, 3:06, and then he sets it to. It's probably a combination lock. Like 120 or 119, and then he sets it to 10, 46 or 47. And then the entrance opens. So if you ever wanted to get into the Batcave, I think I have your code right there for you. But, so explain the catwalk scene. So earlier, now you get the explanation. Batman now has a giant Bat computer cave, or Bat cave TV. And Alfred makes notes, says, "Are you sure the screen's big enough?" And Batman doesn't do subtle, Alfred, that kind of stuff. Bruce's hair's more grown back now. It's been some time. But after all, it's quite sharp of him, this Batman at the Ace Chemical Factory, looping and overlaying the feed of the Wayne Tech. Okay, so this is what Alfred has said. Come on. I thought this was Batman. Sorry. This is Alfred. Alfred comes up to him, says, "No, I suppose he doesn't, but he does do clever, it seems. After all, it was quite sharp of him, this Batman at the Ace Chemical Factory, looping and overlaying the feed of the Wayne Tech night vision goggles the Red Hood gang was using to create the illusion that Bruce Wayne was still on the catwalk." So essentially, he wasn't there at that time after the switch. Somehow there was, during that switch period when they were playing on the mask, Bruce Wayne was put into that position in the goggles via Alfred. Essentially, Batman's legend begins with the rescue of Bruce Wayne. Their separation is cemented into the foundation of the mythos. He can't be him. His first save, like the first guy he saved, was Bruce Wayne. There's clearly guys that saw him save Bruce Wayne. It was just an illusion. So Billy said the same guy, blah blah blah. Bruce Wayne thinks so. So what now? With the alibi set, he can't be some same guy as Bruce and Batman. So Bruce thinks like this whole ruse though will only last a week. So, but I think Alfred has better ideas. However, anyway, but no body was discovered at the Ace Chemical for Red Hood, and let's see, we're gonna do the follow up here. No body was recovered from the vat at Ace, but it seems a couple deep members of the Red Hood gang did have a suspicion as who the Red Hood was under their helmet. One man, the man they all pointed to, was a thug from the Narrows, a man named Liam Distal. But that's the problem. His body, and I'm just kind of going through this. I'm just kind of paraphrasing. His body was discovered yesterday, stuffed into a barrel of lye out of the Amusement Mile. Lye, if you don't know what that is, lye dissolved is better part of his remains, so it's a dissolvent. Meaning there is no way to tell when he was killed or placed there. And then that's all the mystery. You know, at some point in the past year, someone murdered Distal, the original Red Hood leader, and took his place. Whether it happened weeks ago, months ago, how long ago it was, nobody knows. So we got some conflict to the Killing Joke. So if you've read it, there's even a chance the man I chased up on the roof of Ace Chemical switched places with an imposter. Some poor guy fell while the real Red Hood leader, the one who killed his Distal, climbed down the fire escape and fled. That one's a little more far-fetched to me, but but Alfred's like, all that matters is that the Red Hood gang is finished, though, right? Al gives advice to be so good that the people won't want to know who's under the cowl. That's Alfred's advice. Bruce and Alfred apologize to each other and have a moment. Like, I'm sorry. Uh, like they don't. Let's see. Do they hug? It's like Batman. Like, you get the whole, like, Batman serves fear into the criminals, but he's the guy the children and other people look up to. So make it so that you be that guy where they don't want to take off the mask. Be that man that strikes the fear in criminals, and that's who you are. But then we have a big green panel. Can't tell what it is. I can't tell what it is on the screen, but on the bill or on in the middle of Gotham, everything turns green and like kind of like Times Square. It looked like billboard, big circular one. And by circular one, I mean like around the building corner or something like that. Everything turns green. Edward Nygma announces himself as the Riddler and gives a riddle. There are two sisters. Each gives birth to the other. Who are they? Gordon knows this. Batman obviously knows this. He says it's the riddle of the Sphinx. It is the riddle of the Sphinx. This is he says it's the lesser known second riddle. And I don't know if you know the answer, but the Riddler gives out a hint. One sister says, "I am the day." The other sister says, "I am the night." So bring it on, the dark, dark night. And not done yet. All right, Gotham, time to get smart. You're going to have to do better than that, or the city dies for real. Now, let the games begin. As the power cuts out everywhere, including the Batcave. Whether or not the emergency power kicks on, that will be for next time. That was Batman Year Zero. That was Batman Year Zero, Episode 4 in our whole NPC or in our whole side quest. NPC news went swimmingly. We had Batman Year Zero take practically an hour for this one thing. Holy crap. No, I would say maybe to give it like another like 10, 15 minutes, and yeah, then it'd be an hour. But still, this has gone. That was an amazing story, if or at least episode in my opinion. It had very iconic ending for the Red Hood, which Amusement Mile very hinted at that this is the birth and creation of the Joker, and and then now we have Edward Nygma taking his thing. Could this be leading down into the war of jokes and riddles, or what are we going to see in this Year Zero? So, if you are listening to this at night and you have not peed yourself because of the dripping of the cave, then congratulations, you've made it to the end of the episode. This, again, we will be doing NPC news next week. I have no idea on how long this next Batman episode or Year Zero will go, but if it goes a little longer, I will let you know next week. I will be on next week. Same time. 11:45 is what I strive for, Central or AM Central. Try going for an hour, hour and a half if I can. Right now we're right in smack dab in the sweet zone of where I like to be. But I do appreciate you sticking out for this. If you liked what you heard for this stream, I am Jay Ellensworth. This is this is SideQuest. In this, we did NPC news, we did Batman Year Zero, and if you have an idea of what to do for the second half or maybe middle part in case Batman Year Zero is shorter. If you have an idea for that kind of stuff, let me know. If you want me to play a game, let me know on that too. But this is kind of podcasting. I'm trying to keep it, with that. If you have anything like that you want to let me do, rate, anything like that, send a comment down below. I do appreciate all any comments, likes, and all that. Always going to help to grow. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you're on YouTube. I always appreciate that. Anyways, when you are ready, I will send you on a journey to get the hell out of my room. Oops. Take her easy! I'm still on you. Okay, welcome to the bonus. Hold on. Let's voice mod 1. Okay, so that means I can do that. So the regular stream's over, but this is the bonus mod for you phone people out there. I've been doing some stuff here and there to try to get things to work. And hopefully, thank you for joining me on this. If you watch me on over the phone, I do appreciate it. Special shout out to my buddy Chris, who said he would try taking a look at that or keep an eye out for this. Hopefully, my experience will get better over time and all that. But with that, I appreciate it.